welcome back. So, I've been trying to get more information on this event that happened yesterday where we captured Nibiru in a big solar CME mass ejection off the sun. Unfortunately, Noah's Enlil spiral that shows what direction the CME is heading shows nothing at all. In fact, there's no reports from anybody about any CME at all coming off the sun yesterday. Everybody's reporting it's been quiet. Well, here's that CME, and it just rips so much plasma with it. That doesn't look very quiet to me, okay? No reports on what class this flare is, this CME. So I don't have any information as far as that to give you, but what we do have is a different angle on this event, and this is C3. It's a little bit further back perspective of the same angle of the event, and here we can see it emerging, and it's right in front of this big thing of plasma. And I had noted last night, right about here, it went out of the screen and it was still all bright plasma. I was wondering how much further out until that plasma finally burns out. And as you can see, it goes all the way. It's still glowing right here as it goes out of the frame here. So I wanted to start off with this. This is a little bit further back, and what it does is it gives you a perspective further back of what the trajectory of this object is. Now, from what I can tell, this object right now is going to go in front of us and just underneath our planet. Now, it gives me some concerns because I'm wondering about the polarity of this object, and if it goes under our planet, maybe its North Pole could latch on to ours. I don't know. But this is going to be a close flyby right here. It's not going to collide with us or anything like that, but it's going to get close and we might see some effects. For those of you who are in the southern hemisphere, I'd be watching the skies on Sunday night. You might see this object, or Sunday during the day or whatever. It might pass by and somebody might capture it if the sun's hitting it at the right angle, or there's still plasma glowing behind it or something when it passes. So I just wanted to bring you this perspective and show you that it's going right in front and underneath us. It's basically a shot across the bow is what this is. So that is a close call right there, and I have a feeling we might feel some effects from it. I don't know for sure. I'm not trying to scare everybody, but this is going to be a close call, and I have no idea what's going to happen. Last time this object came by, we had all kinds of calamities going on, and there was so much stuff going on in the news that everybody missed the solar event and was busy looking at hurricanes and all the other shit that was going on. So there's that. Now we're going to back out of this, and while we're backing out of this, I want to apologize to you guys for the video quality of my feeds, because I went back to watch my video and it's all jumpy. You can't see the motion. You can't detect what I'm trying to show you guys. Whoops, wrong thing here. Let me open up Google real quick. And then we'll do our solar report here in a second, as soon as this loads up. Unfortunately, I am stuck with a computer that is, Windows 7. So I got so much data and pictures that I can only open one page at a time. My camera's an old Galaxy 7 with a broken camera screen, and it's just hard to do this. So oopsie, back this up a little bit. So what I want to show you guys here is we're going to go over to spaceweather.gmu space seeds. All right, see that? And that brings you to this seeds near real-time and space weather beacon. All right, so you click on this. I want you guys to come over and just do this for yourselves, so my video quality doesn't do this justice. This event needs to be seen from the instrument with your own eyes, because this, my camera and the way I have to do this just does not do it justice. So we're back at this image again. I'm just going to run it again. I'm going to try something a little bit different here to help you guys see what this, what's going on in here, because the last time it just did not come out well at all. So now that it's loaded up and it's playing, if you come down here, you can speed it up. If you go to faster, you can click on faster. It's already set at 12, so if you click it one more time, it goes to 18. Now, I found that this speed at 18 shows this event a lot smoother and a lot clearer than my camera does. So come over to this instrument, click on the 8th, speed it up one time to 18, and then watch this event unfold, and you will see this emerge from the plasma, and the plasma peel back over the spheroid. And like I said, this camera is not doing it justice. I'm just showing you again for an example or whatever. Hopefully maybe it does capture something, but it turns out too jumpy. It's not smooth. You need to see how smooth this plasma peels back away from this object as it emerges right through there. So that was something I wanted to, apologize for. I thank you for all the views that I got, and I know some of you guys saw it, but I need you guys to see it crystal clear, like on the instrument, because this, like I said, this camera in my setup just doesn't do it justice. So we had Nibiru move through. It's gonna pass right in front and right below us, like a shot in front of the bow, like a little warning shot or something. The good news is I was watching this patch right here, and we'll go to today's now, 12:09. We'll load that up. And while it's loading up, I was watching this area right here, this bright patch, because that indicates it's pointing at something. And as it loads up here, I was hoping that maybe one that's usually accompanying this Nibiru. And so far, there was just a little small one that came out right here. Let me scooch it over for you a little bit. It's hard to see. It's not really all that visible. We will stop here and go through it a little bit frame by frame here. Let me pull this magnifier over a little bit, just so you guys can see that here we had another event over here. Wait, that's too much. All right, there we go. So our object's buried in the middle of all this plasma. I'll back up a little bit. It's right here. And you back up, it's right in there. But it comes out of that zone with this patch of plasma right here and moves out. So it wasn't the big one. So I'm thankful for that. But if you look over here, you can see our patch is still glowing. So there's something still back there that's still going to come out, I think. So I'll be watching this like a hawk. I didn't sleep much last night because I was trying to find what direction and other data on this event. So let me just put this back into motion real quick. I'll let you watch the loop here and just kind of take note how everything's got a little arc right here. There's something going on here. It's coming out and bending and then going out. So there's like some kind of hump it's going over right here. And then we have our CME event come out with a small object right here in the middle. It's not much to see. So that was today, the 9th or whatever. And good news, there wasn't a big, huge blast on this side or, the Nemesis object. So it's a little sigh of relief to breathe. But we still have this other object that's going to pass by, and it has a really strong magnetic field, so it could possibly do some stuff to our planet. So I just got to warn you guys when I see this stuff, because this is what I've been waiting for, is this thing to return so I could report on it for you guys and give you a 3-day warning of, if something coming our way. And I would expect this to start having this Nibiru object that came out on the 8th to start having effects around the 10th, especially the 11th. Okay, so those are the 2 days that I'm expecting. I pray I'm wrong, and I would be happy to be wrong, but this instrument's telling me otherwise. Okie dokie. So that was it for the solar part of the report. And I was in the middle of doing my series on Nibiru when it returned and interrupted my series. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to continue on with the Revelation 12 series. And let me just back out of this now and set up my next thing here for you guys. Now, after the Revelation 12 sign, there was all kinds of crazy stuff happening, and I showed you Mary, angels, and the Revelation 12 baby being born in my garage. Now, that was all caught on my security camera, and after I recognized what was going on there, I started setting my camera up and taking more pictures and more videos and stuff. And so we're moving on into the spiritual realm stuff that we left off at with Mary, the Revelation 12 baby, and the angel. Now, I'm going to start this. Howdy, folks. Welcome back. So I've been going through some more of these pictures and running them through the filter and stuff. And not only were we finding angels and Mary and stuff, but there's also demons, and I've also found Satan in this stuff too. So as we're looking here at this picture, what I'm talking about is in this mosaic of blotchy white dots that you see this picture is comprised of. When you zoom in really tight in on a picture, you'll see that it's made up of these splotchy little patches and dots. These new digital cameras make these little blotches. Well, hiding in these blotches are faces. And if you haven't seen it yet, there's an eye right here and an eye right here. And when you make eye contact with these two eyes right here, you'll see the mouth fall into place down here. It's snarling. If you look, it's got some kind of streaks or horns or something or wrinkles coming out of its head up here. And this is some kind of demon or principality. Other people refer to them as principalities, but this is what I'm talking about. And hopefully you can see this here. This is a pupil right here of an eye. This is a pupil of a bigger eye. Here's the whites of the eye, the white of this eye. These two eyes. Once you look at those, you'll see it falls into place. Maybe I'll pull back a little bit. You can see it a little bit better. Zoom in. Right about there is good. And you can make out there's teeth here in this mouth. There's a corresponding mouth with these eyes, wrinkles going across the nose here. This is some kind of demon or principality. And it's tucked in the way in the corner of this picture, way back up in here. And you can't even see it as in a normal picture, but you zoom in, swing it over, zoom in, and you can see this face just appear. And there's more faces in this stuff too, but this one's really, really defined and pretty dominant in this picture. So I want to start off with that one. Hopefully you guys can see this one. Okay. All right, so hopefully you guys see that little face, that demon that I pointed out there. Now I'm going to go back to Revelation 12 and pick up where we left off. So she had her child. It was snatched up to God and his throne. Then the woman fled into the desert to a place prepared for her by God, where she was taken care of for 1,260 days. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought back. But he was not strong enough, and they lost their place in heaven. The great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil or Satan. So Satan was hurled down after this baby was born, And now I'm going to show you some demon attack and Satan's face. So if you guys aren't into this, don't watch it.
Sequence here, I've got my camera pointed at the couch now because I've been capturing activity around this couch. And one night I was just sitting on my couch there praying, and wasn't really thinking of capturing anything. Here I was just sitting here praying before I started taking pictures or doing my thing, and it was already running. And lo and behold, there's some kind of demon up here. You'll see some green wings over here kind of flapping, and it lifts up my bike and spits a bolt of energy on it. And I had no idea this happened until I went back through my pictures and stuff, and I put this series into motion in a flip book, and I realized, oh my goodness, look what happened. It picked up my bike and spit a bolt of energy on it. This one you can't really see the face too well, but you can make out the wings kind of flapping. We'll pull it over this way a little more. There we go. And this thing turns, picks up my bike, lifts it up, and spits a bolt of energy on it. Okay, there's that. I'll let you look at that one for a second longer. Okay, in this series here, I'm sitting on the couch again praying, the camera set up, and you'll see a purple streak, a bolt come in here, right there, boom. And it hurt. You can see my reaction to it. So we'll let it run again. Here I am sitting here praying. There's all kinds of stuff jumping around in the background, and then zap right there. And that was a real one. I could feel it. And now when I go back, we're going to go back to the top of that bolt and zoom in on the face. Okay, so here's the frame out of that sequence of me getting hit with that bolt. You can see the bolt coming down here. It's got a kind of a purple hue to it or whatever. And then we're going to start zooming in to the face up top here, and it's going to be Satan's face. So you guys ready to see this? If not, you might want to stop the video at this point. But I do not glorify this at all. I do not like to give him attention, but it's important to know that he's real, because he wants everybody to think that he's not real. I think you might be able to see this face without me pointing anything out yet. There we go.
Oh no, it's not capturing it.
Okay, so
let me try something else different here.
If you look right here,
let me see here. Let me try something different because that was too close and zoomed in. There we go. Now it's starting to capture it. Let's scoot this over a little bit. Okay, right now this pointer is pointing at the eye on his right side of his face. The other eye is on this side of the face. There's a mouth down here, a jawline running down, and I'm about to point it out here in the video, and I'll zoom in and stuff too. So just give it a minute to.
At this eye, this is his crazed eye. The other on the other side is bigger. It's the all-seeing eye. It's a little out of proportion. But then you can make out the side of his face, his jawline coming down, the bottom of his chin, his face going up here. Here's his mouth with some evil kind of grin on it. You can see his ear coming out over here. You can make out horns coming up. And this is in that mosaic of dots again, but these faces pop out and they're more prominent. You can see this one really stands out. And that's Satan right there. You can even make out some wings coming up here. And he's mad. He's mad because I'm praying. And he's spitting bolts of energy at me and spitting on my bike and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. So it's important that you guys know that this entity is real. He's here right now, causing chaos all over the place. I'm sure you guys can see that. And I'm not doing this to scare you. I'm just doing this to inform you guys that this is what I'm capturing.
Can you guys see that face? Let me back it
And
up just a second.
the stuff.
I'll back up just a tad bit.
Just to inform you guys that this is what I'm
Okay, there's the face right there. I was just wondering if any of you guys can see that. It's really faint and hard to see, but Satan's face is right there. It's easier when you can see his eye. When you make eye contact with these two eyes, then the rest of the face falls in. Now, this happened about 2 weeks after the incident where Mary and the angel was captured on my computer. So, just like the Revelation 12, it's falling all into place. Right after the baby was born, Mary and the angel show up. And then we have this happen about 2 weeks later with demons and Satan showing up, spitting bolts of energy at me. And it said the great dragon was hurled down. Well, that's Satan. Satan was hurled down, and here he is. I'm showing you that he's here right now. Okay, I think you guys can tell by what's going on around the planet right now that he's here and at work. Okay, now the only reason why I'm showing you this is because it's part of the story. Okay, it's part of the process. Like I said, I don't glorify this and I don't like to give him attention. And it's not to scare you, it's just to inform you that angels are real, Mary's real, Jesus is real, and guess what? Guess who else is real? And he's here right now. Okay, so I had to bring that to you guys. And I'm going to leave a link to the space weather instrument. And please just take a minute to click on the 8th. Let it download, and then watch that sequence and watch watch Nibiru just pop out of that plasma. It almost reminded me of a baby being born, how the plasma peels back over the top of the planet and retreats back. It just totally paints the three-dimensional spheroid shape of the object. And it was not captured in my video, not at all. You guys barely got to see, just a little ring with some plasma around it or whatever. You need to go over to that instrument and watch it play nice and smooth at that speed of 18 or whatever. So, okay, that's it for tonight, you folks. I love you all. I miss you all. God bless you all. And I'll be doing another solar report tomorrow at 10 because I'm sure there's going to be more activity on the sun to report on tomorrow. So that's it for tonight. God bless you all. And until my next video, bye.